We have something to work on. We have a body to build. We have some fats to shed, and we have some muscles to build up. So what do we do? To Just Beast, I'm your trainer, Jasper Bravo. Today, we're wondering how you're supposed to grow an aesthetic body if you are overweight. This is a video for you if you are starting right now. Okay, when talking about that, this is what I want you to do. I'm going to take you step by step on how you can build muscles, have an aesthetic body, and burn fats. Because many people usually ask this question: is it possible to burn fats and build muscles at the same time? Because this is what somebody who is overweight needs. I can assure you that it is very possible, because majority of my clients are usually having that same problems. That they usually come when they're overweight and they just want to cut that weight and at the same time build muscles. And people usually say that, talking about this video now, which is a diet video, people usually say that, what am I supposed to do? Because you know that number one, when you're supposed to build muscles, you're supposed to have what is called caloric deficit. You're supposed to in a caloric deficit, which means you're supposed to just have a little bit more than the amount of calories you need for you to operate normally. Enough energy for you to operate, that is. But if you want to cut or burn fats, you're supposed or cut weight, what you're supposed to be in is called caloric deficit. So you're wondering, are you supposed to have caloric surplus for us to build muscles? Yes. And you're supposed to have caloric deficit for us to cut weight? Of course. But now we're in a situation where we want to get both. What are you supposed to do? This is what you do. Number one, I want you to make sure that the first few days of your workout, please, just record wherever you're eating. Just eat everything you're eating for the first 2 weeks. Don't do anything else. Don't try to eat more healthy. Don't try to do anything fancy. Just record wherever you're eating. Why am I asking you this? Because number one, many of you are putting so much bullshit in your mouth and you don't even notice because your attention is not there. But they usually say that wherever your attention goes, grows. So when you start writing down wherever you're eating, you start noticing how much junk you're eating, how much wrong foods you're eating. Then just by chance, naturally, you just find yourself cutting down on them. But I'm not asking you to start cutting down on them in the first 2 weeks. I'm just asking you to record it down and just chill from there. Then number two, from the 2nd to the 4th week, I just need you to now start what is called cutting just some few things. Just cut your sugar. If possible, cut it to half amount of sugar you usually have. Then I want you to cut your carbs a bit. Just cut them a bit, not so much, just a bit. Then fourthly, replace at least a half of all your junk with something that is more natural food, a more solid food. That is week 2. Now we are in week 4. Now from the week 4 to the 2nd month, what do I need you to do now? Now this is now the time that I need you now to start checking your diet very strong and do this. This is now the time now I want you to start cutting down. This is now when I want you to start having what is called caloric deficit. And somebody will be wondering, but I want to grow muscles too. Yes, you want to grow muscles, but you have one advantage. What is this advantage? You have an advantage of the fact that you are overweight. When you are overweight, it means you have extra calories to provide energy for you to build muscles, even if you cut your calories. So you not burn your muscles as you work out, because there's usually that myth that goes around that if you work out and you in a caloric deficit, you're going to burn your muscles. That's not what happens. Your body always runs towards your fats first before it runs to your muscles. Because generally, why do you think that fats are stored in your body? The fats are stored in your body so that it helps you to survive during hard times. And during hard times is those times when you're having less energy giving food, that is less calories. So when you give your body less calories, what is going to do that? It's going to run fast to burn your fats. So for the first 2 months, I just want you to do that. Check your diet. After recording them, start eliminating those junks one by one after another. I just want you to get that progress slowly, gradual change, because what usually happens with gradual change in training and fitness, what happens is that if you cut so much weight within a very short time, you're going to gain all the weight. And also, if you gain so much weight within a short time, you're going to lose it all. So we want to make it as gradual as possible, because the more gradual it is, the better for us. I hear people all the time saying that I love this trainer because this trainer, he takes me through so much workout, gives me good diet that I cut so much food of mine to a level that within 2 weeks I've lost so much weight. That's not what we're looking for right now here. We're looking for you just to cut it gradually. But thank God for newbie gains, because the first few weeks in your gym, you're going to just generally lose weight. You're just going to lose weight generally. You don't even need to work so hard. As long as you are going to the gym, the first few months you're just going to lose weight. So you don't even need to worry so much about that. You just need you to cut it so gradually so that you don't lose so much within a very short time. Then I need you to replace all those carbs gradually with some proteins. I want you to cut less by less some proteins. Then when it gets, what do I mean by this? I don't mean that you need to cut all the carbohydrates. I just mean that you need to cut a little bit of carbohydrates as you replace them with proteins. Why am I saying this? Because carbohydrates tend to make you gain so much fat because it's the energy giving food. And then the proteins tend to help you with building muscles. And you need your muscles built, because when you build your muscles, they're going to help you reduce your fats. And you're trying to achieve both at the same time. You're trying to gain muscles as we lose weight. And this only happens by us reducing carbs, sugar, those junk, as we increase the amount of proteins you're taking. Now this one, you are on the 4th week. When it gets now to the 2nd month of your workout and of your diet, I just need you to do this. I need you to start what is called intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting, some people should think it's a diet. It's not a diet. It's just time restricted eating. You just restrict the time you eat your meals. And how do you do this? You just make sure that your meals are within a very short window, and the majority of times you're fasting. This is going to help you burn those fats. And someone still tell me that, but if I fast, I'm not going to build muscles. Remember, you are somebody who's overweight. If you're overweight, you still have that advantage of the fats you're having inside you. These fats are going to help you to provide for you energy and glycogen you need in your workout. So you don't need so much. You don't need so much caloric surplus. You're still going to maintain your caloric deficit at a very little amount, because at this rate I just need you to lose weight at a very slow rate of about 0.5 to 1% of your body mass per week. You don't need to lose so much. Just every week, we're just aiming at losing 0.5% to 1% of our body weight, because that's what we want, is losing the fats. And at the same time, sometimes we'll find ourselves losing so much, especially during the first few weeks. It's okay as long as you're doing this gradually, because during the first few weeks, if you're overweight, depending on how overweight you are, if you're super overweight, you'll tend to cut so much. You lose so much within the few weeks, which is okay. But for you to continuously do that, I don't expect you to expect yourself to be losing that even after the 4th week, because after that now it will have started reducing the amount of fats you're burning, and it's okay. And I don't want you to start working so hard to make sure that you maintain that. Just make sure that you're losing a maximum of 1% of your body weight. And at this rate now, as we are going through this intermittent fasting, you can just push your breakfast. Now this is how intermittent fasting is done. Let's say instead of having your breakfast very early in the morning, because majority of us wake up in the morning, the first thing you do is you throw something in our mouth. Just don't do that for now, because we have something to work on. We have a body to build. We have some fats to shed, and we have some muscles to build up. So what do we do? Just make sure that you go, if you're somebody who works out in the morning, go and work out before you have something. It's okay. Then after working out, you can stay until 11, 12 p.m. or even 1. But you can start with 11. If you usually have your breakfast at 9, start having it at 11. Then you have just your good breakfast. You have your lunch at around, let's say 3. Then you have your supper also a bit earlier. If you usually have your supper at 8 p.m., bring it back to 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. so that you have a very short window of eating and a larger window of just recovering and what is called clearing, in that your system starts clearing, your gut gets cleared, and the more your gut is cleared, your body will get to now burning fats. All this, so if you have, and why do we do this intermittent fasting, by the way? We just tend to make our body have a longer duration of fasted period, because during this fasted period, our body tends to go to our fats to use that as energy instead of going to the food that we have, because at that time there's no food in our stomach as much. So that's why I'm asking you to do this. Just start with the intermittent fasting, or you can also do what is called alternative fasting, alternate days fasting, which means you can do intermittent fasting today, then tomorrow you have 1 meal a day, then tomorrow but one you do intermittent fasting, the other day you do 1 meal a day, or still you can just today just eat normally, then the following day you reduce the calories you have almost to a half amount of calories you usually have, then another day. There are people who make, if they eat today, tomorrow you do a little, you reduce your calories drastically, then the other day you eat well. You can do either of both. Both of them have been proven to work for a very long time, and it's also very good for your gut. It's very healthy for your gut. It's healthy for your body. It's also healthy for your mental clarity, and it has so very many benefits. So that's what I want you to start doing by now. Just do intermittent fasting, then you'll get to a place where you just notice that your body fat will start reducing until you get to a level where now you are satisfied with the size and the amount of fats you have in your body. Then you start now maintaining. What is maintaining? Maintaining is just you maintain the amount of calories you are having, and you work out so that you continue maintaining the amount of fats you have as you increase the amount of muscles you have, because those muscles are what is going to be very recommended in future for you to maintain the body. Because if this is a very big mistake people usually do, if you want to lose your muscles, you go and you cut your calories very fast, then you start a lot of cardio. That is a recipe for disaster. What's going to happen is, yes, you're going to lose all the weight, but you're going to have what is called skinny fat. You're going to have no muscles in your body, and when you have no muscles to your body, what happens is everything you lose you tend to regain. Because why? Anytime you have muscles in our body, it's very expensive to maintain muscles in this body, because there's nothing that takes so much energy to maintain in the body. So anytime you have more muscles in your body, it will take so much energy to maintain it there. So your body will tend to burn more fast even when you're in your rested state. What is called basal metabolic rate. That state where you're just rested, but your body is still burning fats. So you need that. This is what I need you to do as far as your diet is concerned. Then do away with those junks. If possible, do away with those junks. Then after you've done this for about 6 months, now this is where I want you now to kick away all the junks totally. Now I want you to kick away the junks totally. Now you start having what is called cheat meals. So you have no day you're eating anything that is junk except one day in a week, and then you can graduate from that cheat day to cheat meals, where on that day you just have one meal, not many meals, just one cheat meal as you continue. Above that, as you continue doing all this process, don't forget one thing: make sure you're working out. Make sure you are sending very strong signals to your body to grow, because when you send that signals of growth, that's what will make your muscles grow. But when you cut these calories but you don't weight train, you just go for cardio, what's going to happen is you're going to lose the fats, but you're not going to gain any muscles. And that's not what you want. You don't want to lose weight, you want to lose fats. There's a difference. So that is what I can tell you. Above that, just maintain all these things. I'm going to take you through training program for somebody who is overweight and wants to build muscles and cut weight, cut those fats, those belly fats at the same time. And the video starts right now. Now, I know you've been following those workout. I told you that, number one, if you are in this state where your body is overweight, I need you to cut your calories. And how do you do that? You avoid all those foods that are in high glycemic index. The food which are in high glycemic index, those food which are absorbed fast into your body. Those are like processed food, this sugar, a lot of carbs. It's called ultra processed food. Those foods tend to be absorbed really fast into your body, causing what is called insulin spike. And those insulin spike up and down, and those are things that make you gain so much fat. So for you to not gain so much fat, I just need you to avoid those food that are in high glycemic index. Those are food that are highly absorbed, like sugar, the highly processed food. I need you to eat food which are in lower glycemic index, like steak, sweet potatoes, less sugar, and all that, vegetables, fibers. Let your meals also be full of fibers. And if you want so much details about the diet, it's in the description below. And after you have taken care of your diet, now you need to take care of your workout, right? Because you want to build muscles, and also you want to shed all those fats. What I need you to do is, number one, don't overdo cardio. Many people should think that if you want to have that beautiful body, if you're overweight, the only thing you do is cardio. In fact, you're the last person who needs cardio, because a person who is overweight, even walking is cardio, because you have so much mass of weight you're moving around with, and that makes you to burn so much fat. So the first thing I need you to do is start working out, start weightlifting. I want you to send the strongest signal to your body to build muscles, because already, you are cutting the calories of the food you're having. So if you're cutting the calories, which means chances are you're going to lose muscles and fats. But for you not to lose both, you need to train weight training. Because if you do weight training, what's going to happen is you're going to send the strongest signal to your system that you need to build muscles. So the body is going to turn into the fats in your body to help you the energy to build the muscles, despite the fact that you are in a caloric deficit. You're eating less than the amount of calories that your body needs to maintain. So if you do that for an extended period of time, the muscles are going to grow and the fats are going to reduce, and you're going to have that perfect aesthetic body that you've been looking for. So for the first few weeks, assuming that now you're the beginners when you're going to the gym, I just need you to go to the gym, train once per week, just once per week for the first 1 month, just for you to get into the gym, to get used to it, because I don't want you to go to the first day and just start killing yourself, because what's going to happen is you're going to get tired and you're going to give up because of the aches and all that. I just need you to go to the gym. I want you to feel this. I want you to build that habit of working out, because after building the habit of working out will never be a problem. So the first thing, I need you to go to the gym just once per week. If you are planning to pay once for the whole month, don't do that. Just pay for one session, go once per week. And this once per week, what I need you to do? I need you to work out on the big compound lifts. These are the workouts which are responsible for building muscles. So I need you to do bench press, I need to do squats, I need you to do deadlift, squats. I've said bench press, deadlift, squats. Those 3 big movements, I need you to maintain those ones, and a little bit of abs, just to build some abs, so that when you shed all that fat, you'll have some abs showing, and you have some chest and butt and arms and all that showing, and even your butts and ass, all that. So I just need you to, the first 1 month, just go to the gym once per week, training those specific workouts: squats, bench press, deadlift, for the first 1 week, for the second week, for the third week, and the fourth week. After the first month, now I need you to go twice per week. For this twice per week, I need you to incorporate a little bit of cardio. And which kind of cardio do I want? I just want you to go for level 2 cardio. That cardio that you can still, when you're running or when you're doing it, or if you're jumping, you can still talk to somebody, because there are different levels of cardio. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4 and 5. But I want you to go for level 2 cardio. That is that cardio that when you're jogging, you can still make stories with somebody, you can still listen to music and still understand the lyrics. That's the one I want to go for. And go for, let's say, 30 minutes of that after your weight, not before your weight. After you're done with your weight training, I need you to go to the field or wherever, or to the treadmill, wherever it is, or if it's swimming, do that for 30 minutes, then you go home. I want you to do this twice per week. The same workout you're doing the first month, I want you to do this in the second month, but incorporated with a little bit of cardio, which is just 30 minutes twice per week. Then after the third month, now you are in a situation where I believe that now you're starting to love gym, you're starting to love workout, you're starting to see some progress, you're getting stronger. I need you to concentrate on making sure that these compound lifts are you're getting stronger in them, because the stronger you are, the more muscles you build. And when you build muscles, with time you look different. And this is why I've had very many stories where people are working out, they're doing all this, but they look at the scale, it doesn't change. That happens because muscles, when you gain muscles and you lose the fat, sometimes you might not lose the weight, but when you look at your body, look different. I've heard of people telling me that my scale is looking the same, but the other day when I went to see my sister who hasn't seen me for 2 months, she told me that I look different, that I look more like I've shed some weight. What's happening? Because sometimes the scale might not tell you the truth, because the scale will measure the glycogen you have, will measure water, will measure fat, it will measure muscles. So you don't know what you're measuring, and sometimes you're even full, you've eaten something. So the weight sometimes is not even accurate. I don't recommend for you to have weights. But now what do I need you to do? I need you to take some pics, maybe once per week, because those pics are the ones you'll be looking at and you'll be noticing that there's a change happening. So right now we're on the 4th week, the 4th month we're already working out. Now on the 4th month, I want you now to start having every body part being trained twice a week. But not this time round, I need you to go for 4 days in a week. So I want you to split your body parts in two workout sessions each, so that you can train them twice per week. And in this also, now I need you to incorporate a little bit of arms, that is the curls, the arms workout, shoulder workout, leg workout, and the abs. Now I want you to incorporate all the body, but I want you to spread them within these 4 days in a week. So that if it's Monday, you're training legs, you train legs, then you also train legs on Friday. On that day that you're training legs, maybe you can train it with arms, then do that also on Friday. Then on Tuesday, you can do back and chest. Then you do that the same on Saturday or on Thursday. Then you're good to go. Then apart from that, you still do the cardios that I told you about. Do the level 2 cardio that I told you about. Then now after, you can do that for 2 months. Now you'll be on the 6th month. Now this is the best part of your life. You'll be seeing so much, you'll have already loved workout. Now you'll be a gym bro. At this state now, I need to work out at least, if possible, 5 to 6 times in a week. I need you to train each and every body part at least twice in a week. Also, I need you now to start incorporating level 1, level 2 cardio. I need you also start sprinting occasionally, which means if you jog today, after your workout on Tuesday, I need you to sprint. On Thursday, I need you to have a walk. On Friday, you can can do martial arts. Just do anything that you think you can do. But you can as well repeat the same thing. You can choose to repeat swimming. You can do it twice. You can choose to repeat running. Whatever it is you can do, but make sure that at least now you are incorporating all these other cardio. Because why am I asking you to do this? I need you also not just to look good. I need you also to be healthy. And how do you get healthy? By being able to do all these things. I need to involve also stretching. In this case, you start stretching your body, because after working out, stretching will help you also to recover faster, allow you to go back to the gym. So at this stage now, we're at level 6. At this stage, you start working literally as a bodybuilder, whether you're a lady or a guy. And there's usually a very big myth that says that if a lady trains like a guy, if she goes for weight training, she's going to look like a man. I think that's something that's a myth that has already been overdone. It's old already, because everybody knows that it's not true. There's no woman who will ever look like a man unless it's in steroids, and not just steroids, very, 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 very high dosage of steroids. And even if you're in very high dosage of steroids, chances are you will not look like those ladies that you see that do bodybuilding. Those ladies are of unique stature. They're just the cream de la cream of jeans. They are meant to do that. Even a guy cannot look like them even if he's on steroids. Majority of men, 90% of men cannot look like those ladies even if they were on steroids. So you don't worry about that. I need you to work out, especially ladies. I need you to lift, because lifting is what will make you to keep that weight, to maintain that weight. You see, so that at the end of the day, what I just need you to do, apart from anything else, make sure that you are consistent with this, and make sure you are getting rest so that you recover. And drink some water and have that good diet, because if you don't rest, you'll not be able to give your best in that gym. And as you work out, make sure that you push yourself each and every set, each and every rep. Train like you are an athlete, even if you're not, for you to look like one. About the habits, those habits that you just need for you to, if you are somebody who's overweight, you need to have that aesthetic body. Those are habits which are stopping you, those habits that are stopping you from having that body, and those habits that are maybe you need to adopt for you to have that body. And habit number 1 is you're over measuring yourself. You're always on the scale. Stop being on the scale. Just standing on that scale all the time and measuring how much you weigh is not the reality of how healthy you are, how good you're looking. Chances are that the weight the scale may be showing you your body weight, and your body weight includes the water weight, the glycogen, the amount of, maybe you have very long hair, maybe you're full, and all that. So don't consider so much scale. I've heard of so very many people who tell me that I never knew I was improving until I saw my sister, who has not seen me for 2 months, who told me that by the way, I've shed some weight. So sometimes it might not show, because when you go to the scale, maybe you're weighing even more, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's not working. So I don't want you to depend on the scale, and sometimes the scale can fool you. There's do you know that you weigh more when you wake up than in the evening? See, you weigh more when you have eaten and when you're not. You weigh more when you're dressed in heavy clothes than when you're not. So there are very many factors that can really fool you when you're on this journey of losing weight. So I just need you to forget about the scale for now, at least for the next 6 months. Just forget about it. Just forget about it. Put it away. Then somebody will ask me, how do I get to know the progress? That takes me to point number 2. I want you to have pics as your friend. Have camera as your friend. Make sure you take pics either once every Monday or every Friday, any day. Just choose any day of your choice. Then you take pics each and every week. 1 pic per week or 2 pics, just to compare. Because with the time, 2, 3, 4, 5 months later, if you look at it, you'll see the difference. But when you keep on looking at your body every day, because you see yourself all the time, they say that the person you take for granted the most is you, because you're most familiar with yourself. You see yourself all the time. So you'll not even be able to see sometimes when you improve, because you see yourself all the time. So you need to sometimes go back and check those things to see how much progress you're making, because that progress will motivate you to continue staying in the gym. Some people just give up because they don't see progress in the scale, and sometimes the scale is fooling you. So take those pics, put them somewhere. If you can post them on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram if you want to, or you can just take them, or you can share with somebody, you can stick them on a wall. Do whatever you want, but just make sure you always go back having those pics to show you your progress and how far you are going. Things that I need you to have if you really want to lose that weight and have a aesthetic body is have an accountability partner. What is an accountability partner? That's just somebody telling you that, by the way, this year I'm losing weight. Just tell somebody this year I'm losing weight. Just make it public. Or it's better still, if you don't have anybody, go to social media, post Post there a pic of you fat right now. Then right there, this is me, January 2020, this. And I want by 2030 or 2027 or 20, this is what I want to have lost this amount. Then post it there. Why am I asking to do this? What's going to happen with this is that many times we fool ourselves. They say that the easiest person to bullshit is yourself. But it's very difficult to bullshit other people. So when you post it there, you'll love people. Let's say if you have a best friend or you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, tell them, but they babe, this time I want to lose. This year I'm losing it. It also shows that you're serious. And number two, you always have somebody who's asking you, by the way, you say, how far with your weight? How far with workout? I don't see you going to the gym nowadays. It will make you wake up and go even when you want to give up. So I want you to have that accountability partner. It can be your friend, it can be somebody you know, it can be social media, anywhere. But just have something that you always go back and reminds you, oh, by the way you said you do this. You said you are going to do this. So do that. Then number third habit is, feel comfortable being uncomfortable. Feel comfortable being uncomfortable. Because this journey you're getting into is not an easy journey. That's why majority of people don't have it. That's why majority of people are either super skinny or overweight. Why is it that? Because it's not easy being in this sweet spot where we want to be at. So I want you to be okay with being uncomfortable. Be comfortable with being uncomfortable. What does that supposed to mean? Be comfortable with feeling hungry. Because if you're going to go through intermittent fasting, there are going to be hours you have to have discipline and wait to feel hungry for sometimes. And if you're somebody who's used to eating anytime they feel hungry, this is going to be a problem for you. So I need you just to accept this fact that this is what I want and this is what it costs. Because in this life you can have anything but you can't have everything. So if you want to have this, you have to give up this. If you want to have this health and beautiful body, you have to have this. You have to give up this comfort of always wanting to eat all the time. So how do you do that? Just accept. When you go to the gym, when you pump and the 8th rep is very, very heavy and it's feeling painful, and you feel like there are 3 more to go and you're like, because of the pain you want to drop it down, remember one thing, it's okay to be uncomfortable. So just continue, feel the pain. Sometimes you feel like it's not good. You don't feel like waking up in the morning because you need to go to the gym. But you need to forget this. It's not about comfort. It's not about comfort, it's about doing what is right, getting what you want. And how do you do that? You do that by accepting being uncomfortable, accepting pain, accepting difficulty, accepting challenges. And if you go through this and consistently, the only thing you're going to do is have a better body. Even if it's not going to get to where you want it to get at, but trust me, you're going to be in a better place than you are right now. You're going to be healthier than you are right now. You're going to live longer than you would have otherwise if you didn't go through this journey with me. So don't care so much about people who will be telling that you work out but you're not seeing the change. It's okay. You're better than them if you're working out. You're better than them if you're dieting, because it might not show, but you're the one who knows the benefit. You're going to sleep better, you're going to have less stress, and you're going to have a better life. I'm going to talk to you about the food you need to avoid if you really want to cut weight. If you really want to build muscles and cut weight, if you want to have an aesthetic body and you're overweight, these are the food that are not allowing you to shed that fat, those belly fat, the fat around your waist. These are the food that are not allowing you to do that. You might be doing everything right, but if you don't keep away from this food, or if you don't limit them, chances of you having that body that you've always been looking for is very, very slim. And you're starting right now. My food number 1, junk over processed food. Junk and over processed food, these are just food which are ultra processed. They have been processed too much. So if they've been processed so much, there's so much which have been removed from them. These are food where you're eating them, it's like you're eating dirt, because the main ingredient from them are not there. The main nutrients from them are not there. It's just like you're eating, can I say, a piece of mattress? Because these are food that they don't have so much value to you. The only thing they give you is the feeling of niceness. You just feel good, but you don't feel full. That's why you eat a piece of cake right now, and after 10 minutes you feel hungry, because they don't make you full. They just lie to you that you're going to be full, but they don't. Those are those food that overpromise by the under-deliver. When you see it, you feel like it's going to help you so badly until you taste it, then you notice you just feel tired after eating it. So just avoid those ultra processed food, because these are the food which are in high glycemic index. All these food we are going to talk about here, mainly they're in high glycemic index. These are the foods which are going to make your insulin to spike all the time, and that's what you're avoiding. If you want to lose weight and gain muscles, insulin spike is just what you want to avoid the most. And number 2 food in those lists is bread. why is bread my number 2? Because bread is just is the most polluted drug in the whole world. I call it a drug because it doesn't help you so much. It doesn't help you. There isn't. In fact, when you're eating bread, it's like you haven't eaten anything. If you ask me, somebody who has eaten bread and somebody who has slept hungry, they're the same. In fact, somebody who has slept hungry is better for me because at least they fasted. Because fasting is good for you too. So at least they fasted. But bread, just avoid bread. It's over-processed. There isn't anything nice inside there apart from the taste, and you don't need this. For your breakfast, you can replace it with anything. Breads and cereals, just avoid this. They're in the same family. Eggs, bread, cereals, Weetabix, all those things. Just avoid them. They're not going to help you, and they're going to make you gain so much fat that you don't really need. Number 3 is blended fruits. Why am I saying this? This is a very big controversy because many people, when they get into fitness, the first thing they do, even if you look at fitness influencers, the first thing they do show you every morning before they go to the gym is they blend some juice. They have those smoothies. So, and that will make you feel like, oh, so if I drink this, maybe I'll be healthier. Of course, psychologically, maybe with some placebo, you'll feel like you're doing something better to your body, but it's not. Because number 1, most of these fruits have so much sugar. So that's already going to affect your insulin spike. Number 2, when you blend these fruits, you make them become liquid sugar. Liquid sugar is one of the worst things you're supposed to eat. You're not supposed to introduce liquid sugar into your body because it has the highest glycemic index. It's going to be absorbed into your blood really, really fast, and that is going to cause what is called insulin resistance. You're going to start gaining fat just because of that. So if you have your fruits, eat them. Don't blend them. In fact, you start working out, eat your fruits, eat them, don't blend them. Blending them makes them have very high glycemic index, something you really want to avoid. Or unless when you're doing it, just know that you're doing it for junk. It's junk. It's nothing, there's nothing nice, there's nothing cool about it. It's just junk. You get? Of course, you'll be having some vitamins and all that, but the state at which you're drinking that sugar is not the best state. In fact, it's the worst state you're supposed to have your sugar. Sugar is not good when drunk. You're not supposed to have so much sugar, and at the same time, it's worse still if you drink it. It's like drinking soda. Another thing that I need you to avoid if you want to lose weight and gain muscles is something that is very controversial, and many people will kill me for this, but it's okay because I'm the only trainer who tells you guys the truth, and that is whey protein. Whey protein is the worst thing somebody who's trying to lose weight should have. If you're trying to build muscles and you need proteins, you need high quality proteins in your body, go eat fish, go eat steak, go eat chicken, go eat all those things, go eat eggs, go eat beans, go eat lettuce, go eat all those things, but avoid whey protein. In fact, the way whey protein is made is something altogether. It's a waste product of cheese. You guys know that, right? Whey protein is the waste product of cheese. But apart from that, just know that whey protein has one of the highest glycemic index. It's just one thing that you're going to drink and it's going to raise your blood sugar so high. In fact, if you're diabetic and all that, it can kill you just having whey protein. So this is something that all the fitness influencers tell you, oh, you need to buy this. They're telling you this because they need to sell. Because this thing is sold. See? But because I don't need to sell anything to you, I'm telling you the truth. You don't need whey protein. In fact, you need to avoid it. If you have whey protein, give it to your kids or give it to anybody. In fact, if possible, throw it away. You don't need that because it's going to make you gain so much fat that you don't want. And number 2, another thing about whey protein, by the way, if you guys never knew about this, that something like steak, the body processes it and absorbs about 20 to 30% of it. You know that 20 to 30% of that is used as protein of steak. But did you know that whey protein you use less than 10% of it in your body? So it looks like it's so much protein, but very little is going to be even converted to a useful steak that can help you muscles grow. So instead of that, you eat something else. These things are overpriced and they're not going to help with anything apart from much fat that you want. You're just trying to get rid of. So avoid whey protein. Another thing I want you to get rid of, if possible, is alcohol, or reduce it drastically, because alcohol is going to make you lose so much weight because it has a lot of empty calories. Empty calories just means that the calories that are not going to benefit your body in any shape or form. So you just need to cut alcohol if possible, completely, that is. If not possible, reduce it. In fact, we are told that they used to say that you need 1 glass of wine a day for you to be healthy. Now it has reduced to 1 glass per week. If possible, just have 1 glass per week. But majority of people don't even want that because 1 glass is not enough. So you can as well cut it off altogether, or wait for December during Christmas, then you indulge, then you wait for the whole year. But otherwise, I don't recommend that. If you're really serious about this, cut your alcohol, especially beer. And even the other alcohol, the spirits, the vodka, and the tequilas, they have a lot of calories. And also they have a lot of toxins that you just don't want to introduce to your body, because you also want to have a very healthy gut. Because if you have a healthy gut, you're going to digest your food better. It's going to help in this journey of reducing weight as you build muscles and have that aesthetic body. Another food that I need you to avoid is, this is a food that I don't need you to avoid, but I need you to, I just need you to reduce it, is if you're having a lot of it. That is, not everybody have a lot of it, but people who work out have a lot of it. It's called proteins. If you want to lose weight, I want you to have I just say 0.5 to 1 gram per body pound, body mass per pound. That is, I don't need you to have so much proteins. Just have it 0.5 gram per pound to 1 gram per pound of your body weight. Why do I need you to do this? Because many people, when work out, they usually assume that now proteins is everything. That's the mother and the father of workout, and you need to have it as much as possible. And I'm like, bro, that's not what you need. You need it, but you don't need it as much. If you have it so much, more than enough, what's going to happen is the protein is going to be changed just to fats. People usually think that is not possible. That happens. Your body, this is what your body does. Your body tends to change carbs into fats, right? But don't forget, even proteins is changing to fats. Even fats is changing to fats, as long as it's in plenty. It's only that carbs and sugar is turning to fats faster because it has high glycemic index, and it tends to be absorbed really quicker. But otherwise, even proteins, if you have too much of it, is going to make you fat. So have a lot of proteins if you're working out, so that is going to make you build muscles, to really help you reduce weight. But also, apart from that, I want you to have it enough, but not too much, because too much of it is going to make you fat, and that's what we are also avoiding. So thank you for watching this video, and if you want to continue building that beautiful body and have a healthy longer life, just subscribe to this channel, share to any people who love this, both ladies and girls, beginners and intermediates, and stars, and let me see you in the next one.